how do I work towards a future where people can grow really healthful food in ways that's beneficial to the environment, but also benefit from the production of that food and use it to feed themselves and to feed their families and to feed their communities. Food is this kind of core tenet of everybody's lives, and really so much of what we interact with revolves around food. Food is actually not only related to health, but it's also one of the kind of biggest environmental drivers and one of the biggest things that kind of shapes our environment. Food waste is actually the largest material in our landfills in the US. Preventing that food waste from happening in the first place is actually where we will get the most environmental benefit. Baltimore has taken an amazing approach, which is, engage community partners, engage residents, and engage them at different points throughout their day.
And there used to be buildings here before this became White Rock Community Farm.
My name is Marvin Hayes. I'm the Youth Program Manager for the Baltimore Compost Collective. We are a youth-led food scrap collection service. We have 77 customers in Federal Hill, Riverside, Locust Point, Curtis Bay, Brooklyn. NRDC and the Rockefeller Foundation have been able to support us to make us a model for composting for Baltimore City, for other community gardens to learn that they can divert their food scraps and turn it into compost soil enhancers. We had 3 incinerators. Baltimore City has one of the highest asthma rates in the country. So we have a great opportunity to educate the affected people in this community. So I train youth on the art of small-scale composting, and they run this food scrap collection service, bring the food scraps back to Filbert Street Garden, process it, and make it into black gold. Filbert Street Garden, which I like to call the Wakanda of South Baltimore. We don't make vibranium, but we do make leaf gold, compost, black gold.
In our 2019 sustainability plan, the city committed to reducing food waste by 50% by 2030. And in our recovery strategy, we actually committed to reducing residential waste by 80% in the next 20 years. When we began our partnership with NRDC, it really catalyzed the efforts that we were doing regarding food waste across the city. Everything from the funding to the subject matter expertise that they were providing really ensured that we had the resources to implement these programs effectively. We collect food scraps at the farmers markets on Saturdays and Sundays. The farmers fill up their trucks with the food scraps and take it back to their farm. So we don't have to pay a hauler. It's just a way to be creative, and it kind of really represents the ingenuity of Baltimore. We are also working with NRDC to launch a network of community composting sites across the city. These sites will be critical and key to ensuring that residents have access.
White Rock Community Farm is a farm that allows the community access. You'll notice throughout the day that you'll see folks that'll come by and stop by and help out. We used to have the old-fashioned chicken wire kind of compost system, and it was here on the main lot. With the funding, we were allowed to purchase the kits and the materials in order to build the 3-bin compost system. We're all one group as the Farm Alliance of Baltimore, and we all have urban farms, and we work together.
Yeah, this is a tough neighborhood. It has the lowest rates of employment, highest number of vacant homes. These lots were all houses that had gotten raised in the 90s. Both of these open fields were just dumps. It was all types of trash, tires, bathtubs, everything. And so when the farm was here, all of this got cleaned up.
If you're turning a vacant lot into green space, growing food or places for composting, and you're removing litter and dumping from your community, you're getting that engagement from the community and the interest in participating.
Baltimore showed just amazing leadership. We have a network of cities around the US that are working on food waste, that are motivated to do this work. You're not alone. There are so many other people that are excited about this, and you can count on them.
Learn so you don't have to burn. Starve the incinerator, feed the soil, feed the community.